Here's an overview of the Cerebus cover art Treasury published by IDW. It's a deluxe, oversized hardback with over 300 high-quality glossy pages. It features the covers from all 300 issues of the monthly Cerebus comic that Dave Sim created and self-published from 1977 to 2004. There's an introduction by Kevin Eastman of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and an intro by Dave Sim. As well as the original cover art, this book features roughs, notebook pages, colour guides and sketches with a brief commentary by Sim and later Gerhard on each cover. Many of the covers in this book have been scanned from Sim's personal collection of original art, but he explains that it hasn't been possible to use all the originals as over the years some have been sold, some have been misplaced, and some have been stolen. 26 years is a long time to keep track of original art to 300 covers. And so when there wasn't original artwork to scan, a CGC graded file copy was used. Sim gives a brief comment about each cover. This is number 1, arguably the Action Comics number 1 of indie comics covers, says Dave. Number 2, for the cover of the second issue, Sim points out that it was influenced by this Jim Steranko's Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. cover. 3, the first appearance of Red Sofia. 17. Here's my original copy of issue 17 for a comparison of the size. You can see the reproductions are pretty much 1-to-1 in scale. If we fast forward to issue 65, and Sim was joined by Gerhard to render the backgrounds, so Sim could concentrate on the character art and the writing. Gerhard is an artist with a talent for rendering architecture, and his attention to detail and his meticulous cross-hatching technique plays a major part with the look of the comic from this issue onwards. Issue 77. In his commentary for issue 77, Gerhard points out a little visual pun in the background of this cover. The letters M and T are full of water. Empty is full. Fast forward 3 years. Arguably the high point of the cover art is in the late 1980s and early 90s with the Jackass story and Melmoth story arcs. A beautiful sequence of covers, rich in Gerhard's rendering, lends a psychological realism to the whole project. The only covers in the comic industry coming near to this quality at the time were Dave Mckean's Sandman covers. Here, the original artwork is reproduced without the Cerebus logo and indicia. It's great to see Gerhard's gorgeous detailed art reproduced in full. Issue 122, one of my favourite covers, Pud spying on Oscar and Rick. Gerhard notes that there are 3 levels in this composition: the reflection on the outside in the glass, the window and the wall, and the interior beyond the glass. It acted as a metaphor for the various levels of storytelling. Issue 139 is the first issue of the Melmoth story arc. Such was Gerhard's attention to detail, he built a 3D model of the street so he could render the light at different times of day. The next few covers connect to give a cross-section of the street scene. And then fast forward to the very last sequence, the last day sequence, and it's Gerhard's last set of covers. Features a 360-degree sweep around the room where Cerebus spent his last days. Each cover connects to the last as we pan around the room. The final issue, issue 300, features a radiant light coming through the window as Cerebus dies alone, unloved and unmourned. Each cover is exquisitely rendered. these were suitably fitting for the final few issues of the comic. And in closing, IDW have done a great job with this tome. It's a thing of beauty with high production values. And for everyone that bought the Cerebus phone books, they were missing out on one key component of the monthly comic book. And that's what this book puts to rights, these beautiful covers.